My daughter, come closer and sit where the ground is cool, where the water can hear us speak. I want you to understand something that your spirit already knows, even if your mind has been struggling to catch up. You've not been losing yourself lately, you have been shedding, and shedding can feel like loss to those who do not understand seasons. Look at the river. No one stands at its edge and accuses it of being confused because the water that passed yesterday is no longer there. No one says the river is unstable because it widens in one place and narrows in another. The river is allowed to change its shape because it's still committed to its direction. So are you. There is a reason why people are living your life. There is a reason why new faces arrive and sometimes disappear again. It's not punishment, it is filtration. Water doesn't carry everything forever. Heavy things are dropped. Rotten things are left behind on the bank. Only what can move with the current is allowed to stay. You've been asking why everything feels unfamiliar. It's because you're walking into a new version of yourself. Even your laughter sounds different now. And that is not a betrayal of who you were, it's honoring who you're becoming. Water teaches us this gently. Before rain becomes rain, you must first be willing to leave the ground as vapor. You must be willing to rise, invisible, uncertain, carrying no shape at all. That rising feels like confusion from the ground below, but from the sky it's preparation. You, dear daughter, are in that rising season. And rising seasons are lonely not because you're doing something wrong, but because not everyone is meant to go where you're going. Now listen to me carefully, please, because fear has been whispering in your ear. Fear is telling you to stay small so you're not judged. It's telling you to remain familiar so you're not questioned. Fear is telling you to dilute yourself so you're not rejected. But water never asks for permission to be deep. And when it tries to make itself shallow everywhere, it loses its power to cleanse, to nourish, to even carry life. People will talk. They will always talk. They talked when you were quiet. They talked when you were giving. They talked when you were hurting. And they will talk now that you're standing taller. The question is not what they will say. The question is whether you will trade your becoming for their comfort. My daughter, you're not responsible for making everyone understand you. You're responsible for staying faithful to what is opening inside you. This new version of you feels frightening because it requires boundaries. And boundaries are not walls, they are riverbanks. Without banks, water spills everywhere and becomes swamp. With banks, water learns speed, direction, force. You may notice now that you say no more easily, that you pause before responding, that you no longer rush to rescue, explain, soften yourself. That is not coldness, that is containment. That you no longer rush to rescue, explain, soften yourself. That is not coldness, that is containment. Contained water builds pressure. Pressure carves valleys. Pressure creates pathways for generations. This version of you is not here to be liked. It is here to be useful for your destiny. And I'll tell you something that many are afraid to say. Not all blessings can find you in the version of yourself that everyone approves of. Some blessings are heavy and require strength. They require discernment. They require a woman who knows when to flow and when to stand still like a dam. If the river were to remain a gentle stream forever, it would never turn a wheel, never irrigate fields, never sustain cities. Power comes when water accepts its depth. You've been feeling the weight of responsibility growing in you. That is not burden. That is capacity. The ancestors do not entrust deep reservoirs to shallow banks. This version of you is necessary. Necessary for the prayers you prayed years ago when no one was watching. Necessary for the people you have not met yet who will drink your wisdom. Necessary for the doors that will only open when you stop shrinking to fit the room. Trust that rhythm in yourself. When doubt comes, remember this. What feels like loss is often relocation. What feels like fear is often initiation. What feels like emptiness is often making space. Water doesn't argue with gravity. It moves when it's time. It waits when it is time. Stand in your water. My daughter, do not apologize for its depth. Do not apologize or explain its direction. Do not fear its power. Flow forward. The land ahead is waiting for you.